Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Here is another Vidilook update. Webinars going on. Today is 19th of May, Friday. So, what will happen? What's going on? Just stay tuned. This webinar. Here, as you can see, the information those who are going forward for buyback option. To our valued Vidilook customer, this announcement is a follow-up to the recent release statement made by the assembly about the buyback system he intends to implement. It has been agreed to buy back task force that we ask to complete the following to enable the beginning of the buyback process. If you do not have stabledao account, you will need to get one, as only payment will be made to KYC stabledao customers. We'll issue instruction how to join stabledao and try to make this as painless as possible for you. And if you have already stabledao account with the KYC and simply await next instruction. If you need to KYC, do so as soon as possible. We wish to begin payment. We will implement a payment system which advantages the most disadvantages people affected by the closure of the beta version. This will include the bot only, will not be limited to the people with the smallest deposits, as they are considered to be the most in need, like 50 or 1-star customers. Rumors are circulating by the unscrupulous that we intend to pay ourselves in the tax force first. This is wrong and we will be last. It is our wish to see you all recompensed before us. Samli is not the owner of the Vidilook. He supplied the underlying technology which is it runs on and felt as such that he had obligations to help people recover their impending loss of income as he is the problem developing. And as you can see, the assembly has announced that Vidilook beta version has become unsustainable, and I have made the difficult decision to cease wallet payment from the platform effective immediately. While I understand this decision may be the met with some ill feeling, I want to impress upon you that I will not leave you without some form of recompense. In the past 15 days, I have paid $1 million in beta fees to all user accounts. In 7 days time, that number will reach 2 million. In 14 days, this number will be 4 million. In 21 days, the number will be 8 million, accounting to continued 256 million in 8 weeks and 4 million in 12 weeks. Simply, what he's trying to say is it is not gonna be sustained, or is not sustainable beta version. That's why he want to seize the beta version as soon as possible. Here is a follow-up recent Zoom meeting which was conducted between management team, Garrett, Conrad, and Buyback theory. Stay tuned.
And not everybody's going to be happy with the decisions, but like I said, our goal is to build the best product available to the community, and get this thing to, I think, 500K to 1 million users, which is actually growing pretty fast. So I know that Conrad has been working on quite a few things as well on the back end to basically create some revenue generation through real world businesses. That's kind of hard for me to say, real world businesses. So Conrad, I don't know if you want to talk, a little bit about, what you've been doing in the last week. I know that you had 1 or 2 trips, trying to get us moving forward.
Someone just put a comment. I'm not happy. Well, we're all not happy at the moment because we're not exactly in the place we want to be, but we're fighting, and we are fighting to create Vidilook success, and we're not giving up, and we are relentlessly moving forward. And this week has been an important week because we've stopped the draws from beta, because otherwise it would be terminal. and we absolutely let that happen. So whilst it's painful, you know, the VDL that's in beta, you know, has an immense value, and you know, Sam has basically committed to using his 2% commission from the We Are Satoshi project to do a number of things, primarily to buy back beta accounts from those that initially of those that have not been paid out from their original deposits. But he's basically respecting anybody's initial deposits, basically, to buy their accounts. So that's the first thing. He's also confirmed and committed to taking ownership of Vidilook, using some of those funds, and he's also committed to the balance of those funds to be treated as a revenue into Vidilook going forward. Now that potentially amounts to $17 million, so that's a pretty major contribution that's going on to underwrite the success of Vidilook. Vidilook, you know, as I said in the bulletin this morning, Vidilook is the flagship project, you know, of the stable group, and is, you know, a very important project for Sam, which is why he's getting behind it like this. So, you know, we're all focused on 2.0 and doing whatever we can to push it forward. And like Garrett just said, you know, we want to get it to 500,000 to 1 million membership subscribers, which then forms the initial basis for, you know, a lot of the things that I always talk about, which is the future and other projects that effectively start to add more revenue, just like We Are Satoshi, into Vidilook, and strengthen it and making it profitable and leading the way forward to create value within Vidilook. So at the same time as Sam's been very keen to buy, you know, all these accounts, you know, there's a lot of people out there you know, don't want to sell their accounts, and they're quite right, because those accounts are actually very valuable, and without any doubt, they are worth hanging on to, you know, as long as we make the 2.0 version successful, and we, you know, we keep everyone gets behind it, we keep pushing it, and we keep improving it, and like I said, we create things from the community of Vidilook to do other projects, which is things, you know, I've been working on from the beginning. But you know, unfortunately, my role here has gone from being a kind of a builder for the future to actually dealing with quite a serious turnaround situation to you know, put Vidilook on the straight and narrow, so that, you know, everybody's, you know, getting what they originally started off to get, which is to create additional revenue. So you know, that's really an important point. VDL is valuable, so don't forget that. You know, it's kind of it's fine if you want to start again and pull the money out and put it back into 2.0, but if you've already got your money out and you sat wondering, well, have I lost these VDL? Well, you most definitely haven't. They are valuable, and they will at some point in the future be able to be sold or used to purchase stock in the business. And I think, again, in my bulletin this morning, I explained that you know, there will be a point when we get back to where we were, where we will actually list the VDL on a public exchange, and at that point there will be a an opportunity, a liquidity event, to actually sell some of your VDL. Now, it's also important to realise if everybody sells all their VDL, the price will plummet on the exchanges, right? So it's very, very important that everybody is sensible and believes in the future of VDL. And, you know, like I said, you know, after the liquidity event, is that we will either do a trade sale or listing. We'll probably tee up both and go with whichever is going to be the most lucrative for shareholders. But it's my intention to offer to our members shares, you know, pre-us, pre-IPO and private sale, to be able to buy stock in the company, either for cash or for VDL, so that they have got the opportunity to get the uplift in price when we actually go public through the private trade sale. So, you know, like I've always said, you know, a lot of people in this business have been focused on the short term, and a lot of money has been paid out to a lot of people, and that kind of short term thinking, it's okay for a while, you know, but really, you know, we need people focused on the second and third liquidity events, which is the longevity of the company, and that's what it's all about, and that's where the big money is for the most people, is in those two events, and that's what we're working towards. The kind of message is to, you know, really try and get everybody focused on the same focus as myself and the team, which is you know, getting back to Vidilook 2.0 and really kind of making it work and pushing it. Basically, you know, one of the things that I have done literally in the last couple of days is, you know, when I first joined Vidilook, you know, I was offered a pool of shares to basically use to incentivize myself and the management team, which you know, nothing was done with it. But that pot of shares is still there, unallocated, and it's sitting, you know, there. And I've decided this week, as an incentive for everybody, is to not just make it, you know, the management team, but to actually use those shares to reward the community as well, who actually stay with Vidilook 2.0 and whatever versions we do beyond it, and actually, you know, have the chance to not buy shares or with their cash or VDL, but to actually be given shares, you know, so that the people that have been with us through these hard times and actually make it happen, and actually are recruiting and actually are participating, that we share some of that longer term upside with them. You know, this is a Web 3.0 company. It's all about the people. It's not about capitalists. It's not about VCs. It's about sharing the value of the business in the three stages I've always talked about. But the big stages, which normally the VCs find share of, right, is when we do a private trade sale or a listing. And generally those two things together, and you know, one of the two happens, and it becomes like a bit of a bidding war on how what's the biggest amount of money that the biggest valuation the company can get. So, you know, we've kind of it's been a hard week as always. Can't wait for the week where we actually can put the Hawaiian shirts on. But as you can see tonight, we've got a strict dress code tonight in cream and white shirts with collars. Only one button undone, because we've got to be serious and sensible and graft very, very hard to keep our spirits and our momentum and our drive and our fighting spirit going, so we can turn this around and make it successful for not just ourselves, and not just shareholders, but for everyone on this call tonight and everybody who's not on this call tonight. So rest assured, we are fighting very, very hard and by no means is our glass half empty. Our glass is very much half full, and we're hoping for it to be full very, very soon, and so we can start announcing some of these other projects that start to really back up the future profitability of Vidilook, which will lead to a very successful trade sale or listing. So there are still a few niggles that are going on technically, but basically there's a new task force being set up to try and facilitate that. So any queries must still be going to support. It's the quickest way that we can do it, and we don't get duplications. The support team are sat there. I think there's 16 of them working on this at the moment. So they're dealing with stuff every single day. Yeah, I mean, and it'd be wrong not to mention quite specifically the account buybacks that Sam's organising. There's a task force that's been organised that is managing that, and that has started. I believe it started with all the $50 packages that want to cash in. So those will be dealt with first. Then it will be the accounts that are not made whole from their original cash subscription amounts, and then it will be everybody else that wants to sell their account. So rest assured that we are working very, very hard to put everything back on track. It is back on to a degree, but we need a massive effort to really push it back where it was before. A big thank you to everybody who has actually been active and been pushing it and been presenting and been trying to encourage the whole situation and trying to get back the confidence in what we're doing. You all know who you are, and you're very brave and very appreciative of that. But we need to get everybody behind this. And time we have this call, I'd like to be thinking that we've kind of gone a little bit further from where we are now in getting to that. So that's really enough from me. That's my update for this week. Hopefully there'll be good news next week, and we can start, or we already have started building the confidence back and building the stability, and not finding that we've got changes that we need to make again because things were misjudged or things were just not right. So thank you very much. And Vivek, I don't know whether you've got anything you want to say about support. Is there anything that you specifically want to bring up?
Thanks, Conrad. Everything is covered by you. I mean, you have covered all the important updates, and I mean, yes, support team is working. I mean, day and night. Like they are almost. They are clearing all the doubts and questions from the community side. And thanks to you for sharing the update about VDL future and companies planning to get VDL on the exchanges soon. So definitely, as a community, people want to see future of VDL, and I mean that's the best thing which management can do about the VDL. So and hopefully, I mean, from last 2 to 3 weeks, things were, I mean, not at that level. I mean, but now hopefully we are expecting coming weeks will be good for all of us. So I mean, thanks for sharing all the updates.
Vivek, can you just remind everyone? Can you just remind everyone how to contact support, please?
Sorry, come again?
Can you just remind everybody to contact support?
Yeah, I mean, this is the same process. I mean, we have not changed the process to contact support. still, I mean, the very same way where like earlier they were contacting support through the application only. So yes, I mean the very same way.
Yeah, the people are commenting saying that they're not sure how to contact support. So can you just explain where that is in the app?
Yeah.
Just to
So
be clear.
I mean, once you log in the application, so there is an option contact us message support team. There you can directly go and you can contact support team. You can message them, and the part is support team answers instantly. Actually, you know.
And you know, he answered another question on there. Shall we continue watching the ads? Yeah, we should continue watching the ads because you know we've got a contract to fulfil. So yes, I mean obviously 2.0 is more important if you're looking for cash, but you know it's still the same in beta. You know, it creates VDL that will be valuable, is valuable, and will actually pay you in the future, and hopefully it will be an increased value in relation to when we go on the exchange, and also when we possibly allow the conversion of VDL into stock pre private sale and listing. So nothing's a lot of people saying, but I've lost my VDL. You haven't. Nobody's lost the VDL. I mean, at the end of the day, you have a choice at the moment. You either sell the account to Sam, which if you want the cash and want to reinvest the cash, then you sell the account to him. If you don't want any cash and you want to keep your VDL, then that's great. It's actually quite a good decision because it's all about a longer term play. It's about longevity, which is what I've always from day one been talking about. And on the app, when I first analysed the app and was learning about what Vidilook was all about, there's quite clearly a page on the app that says, hang on to your VDL, because the only people that can earn VDL are the users of Vidilook. It will be worth more than it is today, and obviously the Vidilook price has gone up anyway. But when we have liquidity events and when we have external people wanting to buy the tokens, there's increased demand for it. So yeah. So on support as well, just to add to that, we have just set up a special support program because there's a few comments on here, Vivek, that are a little bit negative about support. But the guys have had a very difficult time, and sometimes there are questions they don't know how to answer, but those get escalated. And the escalation process, we've just actually set up a special task force to deal with the escalations that comes directly to Vivek, myself, and sometimes Sam if they're technical. So, as the dust settled from all the mayhem of dealing with all these technical changes, etc., and dealing with backlogs, we've been learning from what went wrong when we were under immense pressure to deal with high volumes of sometimes due issues, which every issue's got to be dealt with, and when the duplicate issues, actually we still have to deal with them and answer them. So it's kind of like there's been an immense stress on the support team, and Vivek's done an amazing job. So thank you, Vivek, for pulling through. Yeah. Because there's been a lot of there's been a lot of really negative stuff, which I don't even want to talk about. And luckily the Vivek and the team have ignored a lot of the kind of insults that came through. But now that's behind us, and we're now rebuilding. And the team are on a front foot. They're feeling positive. They're getting work. They're getting satisfaction out of the work again because they're solving problems. And and we're supporting them, you know, quite rightly, and you know, things will definitely improve from where they've been. So thank you, Vivek.
Yeah. Thanks, Conrad. We just tried to do our job in the best way. So, I mean, even if we, I mean, whatever way people are actually reacting to it, I mean, ignorance is the best policy. And
S is in Sam, T is in table, A is in Adam, B is in boy, L is in Lima, E is in Edward, .limited. So sam@stable.limited. That's who you need to email. I know that he's been getting quite a few emails, so it might take some time to process before you get a response. So, you know, please be patient.
yeah, so we'll ask support team also to share this email ID with the community people so that they can send the mail for the buyback.
There's Vivek. There's also a video on the buybacks.
Yeah.
So it might be worth just making sure that customer support know the link and can actually give that to people as well.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.